Hey, what's up guys, it's Ward Civic, and today we're finally going to be reviewing the beautiful LG CX 77-inch TV. In today's video, we are going to be giving a somewhat deep dive into what you can expect when playing video games on this thing, watching TV, everything from live action, animation, even anime, and even movie watching, which I would say is a comparable experience to watching TV, but when you have the right devices paired with this thing, it is a totally different experience on another play field, I would say. Now, with saying that, I'm also planning on doing some additional accompanying videos to this. One video idea I have currently right now is to do a video on what devices is best to pair with this TV, from streaming boxes, consoles, what type of PC you can use, Blu-ray players, and a couple other things like that. With saying that, if you guys like what you see, please make sure that like, subscribe button, and also comment below if there's anything you'd like to see me cover in future videos. And with saying that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and let's hop right in. So the first thing we're going to be talking about today is playing video games on this display. Now, honestly, if you got this strictly for playing video games, I would feel like you would be doing somewhat a disservice, because watching TV and watching movies on this thing is an amazing experience as well. But I honestly wouldn't be mad at you, because just playing video games on this thing is worth the price alone. There is so many additional aspects that come with this TV, additional to the three main components. Let me drop it for you guys. Variable refresh rate support, 4K 120 Hz, which is now attainable with 3 different things. If you have a beefy PC, Xbox Series X, and PlayStation 5, G-Sync support, FreeSync support, low input lag. So when you input something, immediately it reacts, and it's very important when playing fighting games or different stuff, where the difference between you hitting the button immediately and the TV reacting can be the difference between life and death. Now, with saying that, there's 3 main components that come with getting an OLED, and 3 main components that come with getting OLED, I should say. And that is, first and foremost, picture quality. Playing games like God of War, Control, Cyberpunk, Uncharted, Red Dead Redemption, Last of Us Part 2, all these games, even the list can just go on forever. That's just like a few of them I have said. Playing games with that level of extensive detail, and just being able to not only see the character models on a level you've never seen them before, but also these rich and dense environments that these devs have fit with so many small, finite details, and you being able to see it crystal clear on this display is an experience like nothing you ever see before. I shoot videos on this, and everybody's always like, wow, that looks so crystal clear. And the thing about it is, first and foremost, you're watching it with YouTube compression. Also, the camera cannot pick up what my eyes can pick up, so there's just so many details also lost on that front. I'd honestly say that what you see on camera and what I show you guys, it looks at least 2.5 times better, like it in person. Like, it's just insane. And that is just one aspect of the TV that not only applies to video games, but also applies to movies and TV. Next thing I want to cover is the use of perfect blacks and perfect contrast. Perfectly balanced as all things should be, as quoted by Thanos. As you see right here behind, I have the home screen of Persona 5 Royal in the backdrop. Now, let me drop something for you guys. This game is not natively 4K. It doesn't have HDR, which I wish it did, because it would elevate this experience to already more amazing than I already enjoy it. I have played this game alone more on my OLED than any other game I've played, and I would honestly arguably say it's my favorite game to play on an OLED. And why is that? The perfect blacks. This game, the way it utilizes blacks, with the top and bottom of the screen usually having some like black or like grayish type thing on it, and then also when you're battling, the use of blacks when you do an all-out attack or a showtime or whatever, is just insane. It's like nothing I've ever seen before. A lot of games take place in the daytime or nighttime, but they don't use the perfect blacks unless you're like playing something like God of War, Tomb Raider, or Last of Us. You're crawling through some crevice or like a cave or something like that. Yes, the blacks come in the show right there and then. But this game utilizes the blacks in a way I haven't seen. Well, I guess Pong would do it. But I'm not really the biggest Pong fan because, you know, Pong is just like the little white things, boom, boom, and then. But like this, when it comes to it, this is probably my favorite game combined with all the just vast different colors and different stuff like that. Now, third thing I want to talk about when it comes to video games is HDR implementation. You have so many amazing games such as Ghost of Tsushima, Red Dead now has it. Cyberpunk, even though it's kind of grayish in the HDR implementation, I think the last update is fixed it. I've kind of put the game in the back burner until they fix all the bugs and different stuff like that. But the HDR implementation, when it comes to colors and the vibrancy of the city and the race tracing puddles and stuff like that, is just absolutely insane. Playing games on this display where the colors are so accurately represented and they're so vibrant and everything is like red is red, blue is blue, yellow is yellow, green is green, exactly how you would see it in real life. And that's not even talking about after you calibrate. I've done a whole video on why you should calibrate your display and different stuff like that. But this TV with those three components, amazingly also with the 4K 120 hertz with HDR, which is absolutely insane. I love the PlayStation. I love the Xbox. Obviously, as the generations go on, we're going to see even crazier stuff as they come out. I feel games like Last of Us Part 2, God of War, and Red Dead Redemption have given us a glimpse of what we're going to see in the future for next-gen gaming experience. And it's crazy. I can't imagine what Ragnarok's going to look like. I can't imagine what Last of Us Remastered 2 is going to look like. I can't imagine what Horizon Zero Dawn is going to look like. Playing games with my PC right now, because I have a pretty beefy PC accompanied with the 3090, I'm getting that next-gen gaming experience now. You get the 3000 series card, you are going to be absolutely shocked with what you see. And even I'm not even just PC. Let me that sounds kind of elitist. I don't mean that. Demon Souls, Spider-Man Miles Morales, Gears of War, Hive Busters have given us a small glimpse of what we're going to see in the future of gaming, and it is bright. And if you got this TV, you are just, every game is enjoyable. And as I was just saying, those three components, picture quality, perfect blacks, and HDR implementation are so important. And every game at least has one of those three things. Obviously, you're going to have games that just have 5 stars on all of those three main components, and those are just absolutely insane. But it's just like gaming, this TV, it's incomparable. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is watching TV on this thing. My TV streaming box of choice is the Apple TV. Not only does it support all of my favorite streaming services, it also has these absolutely jaw-dropping, gorgeous live wallpapers that you can watch. And there is just so much to see. Perfect blacks, as you see, is showcased right here. HDR implementation is showed right here again as well. And it's just absolutely gorgeous. Now, I use a variety of different stuff. Currently right now on Prime Video, I am watching The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. HDR implementation on that show is drop dead gorgeous. Picture quality is also insane. I believe Prime Video has the second highest bit rate behind Apple TV, which I also have yet to use, but I will definitely be using in the future because I think I have a free year currently right now. HBO Max is also very impressive as well. I really love watching stuff on that. I wish they had more 4K titles. As we all know, with like Wonder Woman and a couple other titles, they are now bringing a lot of their 4K content. And I know they have a lot of 4K content because things like Game of Thrones and Chernobyl have 4K physical releases, which I have heard fantastic things about. And I actually have the 4K Chernobyl in my physical disc set. I have yet to watch it. I've seen it on streaming services. Let me know that. Let me let you guys know that. If you haven't seen it, I definitely recommend watching it, but I've yet to watch the physical media version of it. Netflix has so much 4K content. And also, I don't even know, like the list just can go on like forever. Where's the 4K section? Right here. Like they just, it's ridiculous how much 4K content they have. Like it's amazing. And things that I definitely recommend watching are Stranger Things, The Witcher. If you've seen Breaking Bad, definitely watch Better Call Saul. Better Call Saul utilizes blacks when they're in, well, I don't want to spoil anything, but they utilize blacks on a lot of different scenes, and the picture quality on that is just absolutely insane. Hulu does not have that much 4K content. I think they maybe only have like 20 titles that are in 4K, but a lot of sitcoms and other stuff I like to watch, like It's Always Sunny and How I Met Your Mother on there. And like even, let me just say that. Even stuff like that, like sitcoms that don't have HDR implementation, they're not 4K, they're not muted colors, but SDR, yeah. They still look good on this display. Like the upscaling of even 1080p content is just absolutely fantastic on this TV. And I don't think people's heads wrap around like even 1080p content that you watch is going to look absolutely fantastic on the display. Disney Plus, I don't watch the movies a lot on that. I more so would like to have my movies on physical media. In a second, I'll explain on why that I do that. But watching stuff like Mandalorian, Rebels, Clone Wars, WandaVision, which I love so much. I really hope Marvel does more experimental stuff like WandaVision in the future, because I am loving how weird and wacky the show is getting. Crunchyroll, which I used to watch all my anime, and Peacock. I'm a huge Office fan, but I have yet to break down and subscribe to it, but maybe soon, we'll see. Now, with saying all that different stuff, all those different streaming services and all that amazing stuff, what can you expect from all these different stuff additionally to what I've already said? So first and foremost, the thing that shocked me the most, which I guess it shouldn't have shocked me as I've already talked about with Perfect Blacks and watching stuff, is a lot of these older shows, older animes, older stuff. Currently some of the older stuff that I'm watching is Batman the Animated Series. WandaVision is not old, but it utilizes it in the first 2 episodes. And then also I Love Lucy and Naruto. Those stuff were shot or done with a 4:3 aspect ratio. For you guys that don't know what 4:3 aspect ratio, what you're seeing right here on display is 16:9. That means the whole screen is going to be taken off. 4:3, which I'm going to show something for example in a second, is that side of the screen and that side of the screen are black. Like that's what it is. Like that's just how it's shot. That's how it was done. 4:3. Now it's saying that on a normal display, when you'd watch something that's 4:3, you get these grayish big blobs on your TV. Here on the OLED, when you watch stuff like Batman the Animated Series, Naruto, I Love Lucy in just like dark room, you are literally seeing the TV, and it literally looks like the TV is cut off. Like it literally looks like that part of the TV doesn't even exist, because it just blends into the backdrop of the screen, and it just looks amazing. Watching the opening of Batman the Animated Series and him fighting those criminals, and then seeing the whole black silhouettes and then the black on the screen, it's just gorgeous. Naruto, different animes, every single anime you watch, it doesn't matter. When the main protagonist or character or whatever, anybody is deep in thought or whatever, they have all the little letters and everything floating above their head, the whole screen is off, and you just see the silhouette of the character and the little bubble over their head or whatever they're thinking, and it's gorgeous. Like it's amazing that even this content that doesn't use the picture quality, doesn't use HDR, but utilizes the blacks is so enjoyable on this display. It blows my mind, man. This TV really has it all. Like it's so enjoyable watching absolutely anything on this TV. And as I said, if it has any of the 3 components, or even something like I said with like sitcoms, they have their SDR. They might still have the vibrant colors, but they don't use HDR. They might be 1080p, so the picture quality might not be that crazy. Or they might not use perfect blacks because a lot of sitcoms, there's very little scenes where like people are gonna be like talking outside or doing like some meeting or some weird stuff that you'd see in all these other like dramatized TV shows and stuff like that. It still looks good on this TV with the upscale technology. Whatever you watch, you're going to find something enjoyable and some way to like it in a way that you would not enjoy on some other TV. So the last but not least thing I want to talk about is watching movies on this fantastic display. And at the beginning of the video, I was saying that TVs and movies are in a totally different play field when it comes to quality on watching this, and I'm about to explain why. Now, what I was saying about streaming, streaming bit rates, I think Apple TV is the highest, as I was saying, maxes out at about 26 megabits per second. Compared to, I think the lowest that reaches on TVs is maybe like 38 during like 4K Blu-ray movies anyway. I know Blu-ray movies might go lower than that, but 4K Blu-ray movies, I think the minimum they reach is like 38. They average out about 45, and there is some movies that actually go up to 108 megabits per second. That is an astronomical difference in anything you can find on streaming services. 26 to 108, that is literally 4 times the data that is being displayed on your screen per second. That is just insane. Watching movies like Mad Max, Dunkirk, Blade Runner, Ready Player One, the recently released Star Wars, the recently released Back to the Future, Lord of the Rings, they're supposed to be getting a 4K transfer, Indiana Jones, and just so many other movies with that high bit rate on this display. I can show you it. I can explain how beautiful it looks. I can be like, oh my gosh, it's so different. You gotta see it in person to believe it. I can say all this stuff. I still won't be able to convince you or give you an accurate representation of how it looks with my words. It's just something you literally have to see to believe. It is insane the level of detail that is picked up on this display. There's movies that I've seen before and I love them so much, and I'm like a huge movie cinema enthusiast. I will watch movies over and over again. Like literally almost every week I am at least watching 1, 2, 3, 4 movies. Like it's just so enjoyable watching things on this absolutely gorgeous display. The perfect blacks. I was watching War of Planet of the Apes the other day. There is a scene that is very pivotal at the beginning. I won't spoil it, but there is laser pointers on guns going through just a totally backdrop lit black background. Seeing those lasers and everything just moving across the set and the screen was just insane. There's another scene in Guardians of the Galaxy where I forgot his name. I'm probably gonna get butchered forgetting his name. But the guy that whistles and then he has the little arrow dart like go through it. There's a scene where it's just flying across the screen through a dark room. Also gorgeous. There is so many movies, so many different stuff that just use black as their backdrop. And that is just, again, as I said, one aspect of the TV. HDR implementation, watching things such as Ready Player One, even Joker with its, like, I guess, somewhat muted colors background. During that scene at the end of the talk show, Joker's outfit and just costume. Not Ready Player One. Mad Max, Blade Runner, God. It's just so gorgeous. Like, it's insane how vibrant, colorful everything looks. And that's not even tying in to, and I'm not hyperboling this, literally with the insane bitrate quality that you're getting on a physical 4K Blu-ray disc is just absolutely mind-boggling on how much detail is lost either through watching on streaming or even watching a regular Blu-ray disc. 4K Blu-ray is just insane. Now, with saying that, I guess I should have said this at the beginning, you're not gonna get this just with any old Blu-ray player or any like of the consoles yet either. There's a couple reasons why. The consoles do not support Dolby Vision, sadly, on 4K Blu-ray disc, which in some titles, Dolby Vision is kind of like minimal difference between HDR10 and Dolby Vision, but there's some that are actually like a pretty large difference. So I'd recommend something like getting the Panasonic UB820 that's not on only a super fast 4K Blu-ray reader, but also supports Dolby Vision. And yeah, this TV is definitely my go-to if I'm going to watch any type of 4K Blu-ray disc. I've actually literally have gone out and just bought 4K Blu-ray discs just because of something I read online and just different stuff. Like so many movies that if I was not interested in watching before, if I had minimal interest in watching it, I would literally go out and buy the 4K Blu-ray disc depending on like how people have like said about it. It's just, it's a cinema experience watching on this display. So with saying all that, I absolutely love this TV with all my heart. It has allowed me to enjoy content in a way that I didn't even think was feasible or possible. Yes, you have displays that can get brighter, such as the Samsung QLED. You have TVs like the Sony OLED that might have better upscaling technology and a little better picture quality when it comes to 4K content. But when it comes to the jam-packed gaming features, perfect blacks, picture quality, and just the absolute rave of different aspects that I've spoken about in today's video, it's kind of hard when you're a person that uses everything to, or not uses everything, but enjoys every aspect of content to choose something else. Like, this is the TV that basically marks flying colors on every aspect. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love my CX so much. It's rumored that the C1, or not rumored now, I think it's been confirmed, that the C1 is actually going to be even brighter with better picture quality and better upscaling technology. I am super excited. I hope to be able to get my hands on one of those very soon so that I can like talk about it and stuff for you. But if you're on the bench, you're looking at getting a TV, I cannot recommend the CX enough. Thank you guys again so much for watching. Make sure to also hit that subscribe button because, as I said, I'm going to be doing a couple other videos accompanying this TV. But with saying that, thank you guys again so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day.